Why hasn't the stock market crashed yet? Have you ever actually stopped and asked yourself that? Because when you look at the numbers, when you look at history, when you look at how these cycles normally end, the market today should have already fallen apart. It should have cracked by now. Yet it hasn't. In fact, it keeps pushing higher, breaking records, and leaving people wondering how this is even possible. And the truth is, there are reasons for that. Reasons most people never hear about, and reasons the banks and institutions would rather you never fully understand. Because once you do, the market stops looking healthy. It starts looking held together. Let's start with something simple. The numbers do not make sense. Warren Buffett's favorite market measure compares the total value of the stock market to the size of the real economy. Right now, that number is above 200%. That means the stock market is worth more than twice the size of the entire U.S. economy. For context, before the dot-com crash in 2000, that number was around 115%. And after that, the market collapsed. Today, it is far higher. Not slightly, far higher. Even the biggest companies in the S&P 500 are trading at valuations that would have looked insane in previous cycles. People are paying extreme prices for every dollar of earnings. It is like paying luxury prices for something ordinary and pretending that is normal. So, if valuations are stretched, debt is exploding, and even Warren Buffett is sitting on massive cash reserves instead of aggressively buying stocks, why is the crash not here? Why does the market keep climbing? Because the market is no longer being supported by normal logic. It is being supported by survival. The government is the biggest spender in the economy. Every year, it collects trillions in taxes and spends even more, much more. The difference is debt, borrowed money, future money pulled into today. And that money moves fast. It becomes salaries, contracts, consumer spending, corporate revenue and corporate profits, and eventually, stock prices. That is why the market can rise while ordinary people feel poorer. Your groceries get more expensive, your rent gets worse, your savings buy less. But the market keeps climbing. That is not a contradiction. That is the system working exactly as designed. Because when money gets weaker, assets get stronger. If a company sells a product for $100 today and $200 tomorrow, earnings rise. Maybe nothing improved. Maybe productivity did not change, and maybe the product is exactly the same. But the price is higher. The earnings look better. The stock looks justified. This is the hidden engine. Not pure growth, not some miracle economy. Devaluation and inflation. A quiet bet that the dollar itself will keep losing value. And the people who understand this first are the people closest to the system. Banks, institutions, the wealthiest investors. They do not panic the way normal people do because they are not sitting in cash. They are sitting in assets, stocks, real estate, businesses, things that rise while the currency weakens. That is why the rich can get richer during periods that feel worse for everyone else. Because inflation punishes savers and rewards owners. And most people are savers. Very few are real owners. That is the divide nobody likes talking about. People think the market rising means everyone is winning. It doesn't. It often means asset owners are winning faster. Everyone else is just trying to keep up. This is also why the crash keeps getting delayed. Every time the system gets too close to breaking, more support appears. More government spending, more liquidity, and more intervention. More reasons to keep confidence alive. Because a real crash would expose something dangerous. That much of the strength people see is artificial. That the market is being supported by borrowed time. And banks do not want you thinking like that. They want you believing the system is strong. That growth is natural. That record highs mean everything is fine. Because confidence keeps the machine alive. But delayed pain is still pain. Stretch valuations long enough and the correction gets worse. Print enough money and the currency weakens further. Keep borrowing from the future, and eventually the future arrives. That is why some of the smartest investors stay patient. They know cycles do not disappear. They get delayed. And when they return hard. So no, the market has not crashed yet. But that does not mean the danger is gone. It may simply mean the people with the most power are still holding the walls up. For now. And that is the part most people miss. The market is not rising because everything is healthy. It is rising because too much depends on it not falling. The real question is not why hasn't the stock market crashed yet. The real question is this: when the support finally runs out, will you be holding assets, or will you be left holding the bill?